76ers team, Tyrese Maxey and rookie Edgecombe, combined for 59 points to help the 76ers beat the Celtics 111-97. Edgecombe dropped 30 and 10 in just his second playoff game as the series now shifts to Philadelphia, even at a game apiece. Boston was only 13 of 47 from the three-point line while committing 13 turnovers, leading to 16 points by the 76ers. Back to VJ Edgecombe, though, because he became the youngest player with 30 points and 10 rebounds in a playoff game in NBA history, passing, maybe you've heard of these guys, LeBron James and Magic Johnson. Let's go back to Boston now, though. Yeah. How concerning is this Game 2 loss for Boston, especially considering the way they looked in the second half?
I'm not concerned at all. They shot 13 of 50 from three-point range. That's about 26%. Jayson Tatum, Sam Hauser didn't have a good night shooting from threes. Edgecombe and Maxey is a future dynamic backcourt. The brothers are special. Edgecombe is no joke. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for Cooper Flagg, and Con Knipple, obviously he would have been Rookie of the Year. The brother's special. He can ball. The issue with the Philadelphia 76ers is that there's no Joel Embiid. Now, I watched this man average 35 on one leg. So if he's on a court, I'm worried about Joel Embiid, no doubt. The problem is that the possibilities of him ending up on the court is slim to none in most situations. But I don't think this is a concern. I've seen the Celtics lose games, and then all of a sudden they answer the call. It's Jaylen Brown, who had 36 last night. It's Jayson Tatum getting healthier and healthier with each passing game. And they don't shoot like this under normal circumstances. I believe they believe in their system. I believe they should. And as long as Brown and Tatum are there, the 76ers are not going to have enough to beat them in a series. I'm not concerned.
Well, this is how the Celtics lose when they lose. They just have a three-point shooting night that goes awry, and they're going to live with it. They're going to live with volume and more volume. And their answer to shooting 15 for 50 or whatever it is shoot 55 of them in the next game. I don't think they'll be this bad back-to-back. And the Sixers don't have enough. You're asking those two guards, and it's a dynamic backcourt, Stephen A. now. We don't even have to wait for the future, even though Edgecombe's only a rookie. But asking them to do that 3 more times in a series, and asking both in concert, that and the Celtics, to be that cold multiple times, they may have another bad three-point shooting game, but it's hard to see them having 3 of them.
Well, last year they lost that Knicks series because they hoist threes when they don't go good. That's what drives me crazy about the Celtics. How about doing a little something different? Where's their plan B? You took 50 threes in the game. They get the game down to 2 points at 91-89. They come down and hoist threes. How about getting a basket? How about getting a hoop to make it 91-91, settle the game down a little bit, and put a little scoreboard pressure on Philly? Instead, they come down and somebody's hoisting a three. 3 after 3. And this is why a lot of fans 53s and make 13 of them in 48 minutes, they win the series. We understand that. But boy, oh boy, when they throw you a clunker, they throw you a clunker in Boston.
Well, I will say this. 22-26 is their record when they shoot 38%, or they shoot worse than 38% from 3. That's 48 games, 22-26. 35-1 when they shoot 38% or better. So again, if that is clearly their winning formula, and more often than not, they do, now I should say more often than not, because one is a 36-game stretch, the other is a 48-game stretch. But when they hit on their threes,
they live and die. I'll say this, watching the Sixers win last night almost made me sad, because I'm like, look what could be if you could just have health on your side.
Embiid.
Year after year, though, it's like they tease you, like this is so special to watch when everything is working and everyone's healthy.
But this is how it started. Joel missed the first 2 years.
No, I know. It's every year we go through
We also can't forget this. In fairness to Doggy, we got to give Doggy credit because it's rare that he deserves it, so let's hold on to this moment and give it to him. He's been critical of Daryl Morey for quite some time. Daryl Morey goes out. Paul George had 19 points and 54% shooting. You know this just as well as I do. One of the best people you could ever coach, you could ever cover in sports. One of the nicest guys in the world, class personified, and can play. He can still play. But 19 points on the 54% shooting. When you see VJ and Maxey play like that, you didn't need Paul George. You needed Embiid, but you didn't need to go out and give Paul George a 4-year, $212 million deal. You should have let it be, let the Clippers keep him at a 3-year deal instead of him getting the 4 years and $212 million, because his health has been a question mark, obviously. And you didn't need that problem if you're the Philadelphia 76ers, knowing you already had it with Joel Embiid, and you'd probably have needed those assets to go out and get additional help, more so than even Paul George could give you because of his injury.
And now the X factor is Embiid, of course. We wait to see when he can eventually return, but with the Sixers winning and elongating the series, that definitely
Go ahead and
helps
talk, Shay. I can't take it no more. You go ahead and talk while we go to break.
Where he's going, the Knicks.
Oh, the tie again? Oh, my God, the tie.
Switch it around.
Oh, the tie's fine.
Coming up.
Tyler with you up this morning. That young man took a straight edge to the Celtics defense.
Ooh.
Knifed him. VJ Edgecombe, just 20 years young, Amina.
Baby.
In this building against that team? Back-to-back triples in the second, and he was just getting started. Under 3 to go in the second. Tyrese Maxey leaves it for Edgecombe, who shows off that youthful, spry athleticism. Then, Sixers up 5. Edgecombe, another 3. He had 20 points in the first half. First Sixers rookie to do that in the play-by-play era, and the Sixers had an 8-point lead. But the Celtics, they have championship pedigree. Would they come back? Jayson Tatum drills a 3, cuts the deficit to 4. Then JB dancing on Paul George, cuts the deficit to 2. But Tyrese Maxey immediately answers. Bangs that triple. Next Sixers possession, bangs this triple. All of a sudden, that 2-point deficit back up to 8 for the Celtics. Under 3 to go, Sixers up 10. Edgecombe. Always know where the camera's at.
The wing gets me every time because how are you able to locate the camera like that?
That's when you know you're hooping. You're balling, you find the camera. TJ, VJ Max. Edgecombe and Maxey combined for 59 points. Sixers win the game. 111-97, tie the series at 1 apiece. Afterwards, Tim McMahon talking to Paul George and Edgecombe at the podium.
The guy next to you is the first rookie since Tim Duncan at 30-10 in a playoff game, and he surpassed Magic as the youngest guy to ever do that in a playoff game. I was curious what your thoughts are.
You did that? You wildin'? You know, I've been saying it all year long. He's far past a rookie. And are you 21 yet?
No, 20.
What a 20-year-old could do.
These youngsters, NBA analyst Kendrick Perkins is back with us now. Perk, let's talk about the Celtics coming off this loss. What concerns, if any, do you have for this team after seeing the way Philly kind of punked them in Game 2?
Well, look, I want to come on here and I want to criticize Joe Mazzulla offense, and I want to talk about how the Celtics just kept jacking up threes and how they went 13 for 50 from the three-point line. But I can't because their system is proven that it can win the championship. But I'm going to look at the defensive side of things and say, where are all the elite defenders? A la Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, guys that defend at a high level because, like you said, VJ Edgecombe came in there and cut them everywhere but loose. Him and Tyrese Maxey, 59 of 111 points. That's not the Celtics' identity. I know we praise Joe Mazzulla for his offense, but the Celtics has been one of the best defensive teams in the league this season. And in Game 1, they put on a defensive clinic. I expect them to bounce back. I expect VJ Edgecombe to be more in the scouting report, and Joe Mazzulla will have a game plan come Game 3 that's going to limit VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey that's going to make others try to beat them on the Philadelphia 76ers.
All right, Perk asking for better defense from the Celtics. Game 3 Friday night in Philly. Perk, thanks for being with us this morning on SportsCenter.
Appreciate you.